let's talk about our 8th chakra gift of shamanism. I have to admit, this is my favorite center, right? This is the center in that 8th chakra that sits above the head by a couple of feet. It's an out-of-the-body chakra, and we actually get to it not by just hopping out of body and hopping up into the 8th chakra, but by going through the thymus gland and the high heart. So we travel through the thymus gland and then up into the 8th chakra for a clean connection that allows us to remain connected in our body, right? That's to be embodied is what we're here for in this human plane. We want to be spiritually embodied. We want to do our spiritual work in our body, not outside of our body, because that leaves us a little vulnerable. And a true shaman who works with this 8th chakra center knows the importance of being anchored inside the body. So again, gifts of shamanism, the really cool thing about this is a shaman has access to all of the intuitive and psychic gifts. So every chakra center that we've worked, and those that remain that we will work, the 9th chakra, 10th chakra, 11th chakra, and a little bit in the 12th, those that we will work, the shaman can access any and all of these gifts. As a shaman, you usually have one gift that's just easier to get to. You're just like, well, I'm just naturally clairvoyant, right? Or I don't know, I naturally am an empath. I naturally feel things, whatever that might be. So it's sort of like learning a musical instrument. You will play musical instruments, and usually you're better at one than another, but you could play any of them with a little bit of practice, but one will come more naturally to you. Shamans tend to have that. And shamans can get confused about psychically where their information's coming from because they're accessing it through all the gifts and all the different gifts and all the centers at one time. So it can be confusing. It's like, how did I know that? Did I think it? Did I hear it? Did I think it and hear it and I saw it, right? So for a shaman, it all can meld together, which is very natural, but you can also, as a shaman, go into each center and hone and sharpen each of these skills so that when you put it together, it's dynamite, right? And that's what I love to do is like, oh, I want to sharpen each of these skills so that when I combine them, the kinds of information that you're accessing are kinds that no one else can get, right? In the same way that you do. So let's just talk for a minute about some of the cool gifts that sit in the 8th chakra that you may not find anywhere else. And some of these include astral travel, right? Which means you can sort of land yourself energetically in a space and with a person and see it. You're sort of traveling in a different dimension. There are shamans who can journey into middle world, lower world, upper world. They can commune and connect to animals so that they're taking their powers, not taking them in a bad way, but sharing with their powers and utilizing them for healing, as well as, cool gifts of speed or other gifts that these animals might have. Shamans are able to really adeptly communicate with the living world around it, be it invisible or not. And this includes invisible beings such as deceased relatives, spirit guides, those who wish to help us in other forms, be they gnomes or dragons or, whatever those kind of special angels or whatever those special beings are, but also can commune in with herbs, with plants, to know their healing abilities, how they may serve us and help us. All of these things shamans have access to. And again, you may feel pulled to one, certain area of shamanism more than another, or you may be highlighted and lit up more in one certain gift than another. And none of that's wrong. You can do it all as a shaman. You have access to it all. It just depends on what you choose to develop and where you choose to place your time and your energy. So what we're going to do now is we're going to really activate the center and open it up. I will warn you that when this 8th chakra center is activated, you do tend to have some weird, wild, wacky dreams. Dreaming is a real aspect as well of the shamanic center. I get tons of answers in my dreams all the time when I'm stumped on a client, I need extra help figuring it out, or if I have a question about my own life, or when I'm psychologically processing, a lot of things will come through dreams. For me personally. So I love that. I think it's a really cool tool. But when you do open and tweak this 8th chakra, know that your dreams might be a little wild. So you may want to keep a notebook nearby to write down some of these dreams that you have. Again, I did forget to mention that shamans also work well with stones, minerals, crystals. Those can be things that pull to shamans as well. So know that shamans can utilize their healing energies and understand them. You may buy a stone from the store that says, this rose quartz works on the heart center, and you may pick it up and you may go, this is really going to help my third eye, right? Because that stone is specifically telling you what it wants to do, not just what someone else, what you read in a book. So to be clear on all these healing elements is something that a shaman excels at. All right, so without further ado, no, actually I'm going to further ado you, sorry. We want to understand the chakra colors. So we have silver and black are real colors of this chakra. Typically it starts out black, which is an absorbing color. This is why shamans kind of learn to absorb other people's energy. Shamans are deep empaths at base, I feel. And so they absorb others' energy to heal it and then give it back. In this day and age, we don't really know how to do that, and so we absorb it, and then shamans often get sick, right? A modern shaman, I'm talking here, like us in our daily world, we're not understanding how to work with this. And so what we want to do is be able to shift it from that black absorbing color to silver, which is more of a transmuting color, so that we're only absorbing what's meant for us, and we're turning away and changing and shifting the energy that's not meant for us. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to activate this center by shifting it from black to silver and then lighting up for you how it needs to work. Are you ready? So go ahead and just come into a comfortable space, close your eyes, sink into the world around you, allowing the physical world to really support your entire being. And we breathe in here. We pull the energy and the breath all the way into our heart. And we land it in our thymus gland. And then we travel up the thymus. Ooh, you can feel that energy. Up the thymus into this 8th chakra. And we have our energy situated in this 8th chakra. And we feel it's a little bit spinny, a little bit out of body. We may feel a little bit weird, but we're anchoring here into the body, into this 8th chakra, and we allow this dark light of this chakra to start to unfold. This enveloped into this blackness that is the abyss, that is the nothingness from which everything comes. And as we accept this nothingness, this abyssness into our hearts, into our beings, we do this with no fear. We do this with the courageous heart of a shaman. And as we do this, this blackness begins to shift into silver. It transmutes, it becomes light so that it reflects, that it shines, that it shimmers, that it glistens. And we now honor our 8th chakra as being a transmutation point for energy. We allow into the center only what is meant for us. We allow it to shift anything that is not meant for us. We allow it to shift badness into goodness. We allow it to shift destruction into creation. And we allow the healing, the powerful healing of the shamanic space to ignite within us, feeling that ripple throughout our body. It may feel like heat. You may be getting really hot right now, or it may feel like cold as your energy starts to shift. There is no right or wrong. You may be aware of electrical impulses, but you're just sitting in awareness. We ask that our shamanic centers are connected to all things healing, all things divine, and all things that are in glory. And as the center opens, we honor all of the mysterious and unique beings who reside within and around the center, who help us to utilize the healing energies at our fingertips. And we breathe all of this energy in, expanding our 8th chakra to include everything around us, knowing that we can merge with something and quickly and easily unmerge with it. So just go ahead and feel your energy start to drain back down into your thymus, filling up that heart, opening and connecting you to everything around you. And just start to open your eyes when you're ready. Taking time here because you may feel a little bit weird in your body. You may feel a little lightheaded. You may feel a little dizzy. Just be easy with yourself. Knowing that you have tapped into a powerful dynamite gift and asking as you go out into the world that you are divinely affirmed at all times so that you remain safe, open-hearted, and anchored into reality. Enjoy access to your 8th chakra, this powerful portal of healing.